some dudes, the journey I took. Y'all couldn't walk in my shoes. A young buck, wild and tough from Tallahassee. Straight from South City in my pursuit to be happy. Came up out the hood with my hair on, nappy, cut it all off. Plus some name nothing, my pappy, the streets tried to trap me. But I had to escape for my destiny to wait for me to be great. And I knew it, so the square had to show improvement. When I do it, flow was stupid. Now you loving me like you been, and I know that you wasn't ready for this. I'm so on point with my target, so sure I won't miss. It's the past, present, and the future. See square, the household name, something to get used to. I'm here,
yeah, I'm here. Hello. Man, what's going on? How is everyone doing? This is your boy, The Featured, with Cliff Jackson III. I am your host, CJ3. I am he. Man, so happy that you all have decided to tune in tonight for tonight's show, man. If you're tuning in live or you're checking this thing out by the replay, you don't want to miss tonight's show. Tonight we are talking about something very important, as you can see. Talking about nonviolence. Nonviolence, the act of nonviolence. And man, it's so much we can get into when we're talking about that. So please sit there, tune in, make sure that you guys are ready for this, because you don't want to miss this conversation, man. And we're going to get into nonviolence conversations in just a few moments. But man, first let me say what's up and holla at all my features. What's up? How y'all doing? All my features out there that are watching by Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, man, I thank y'all so much for tuning in to the show. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. You already know, for those watching this thing for the very first time ever, man, I graciously appreciate y'all, man. Listen, all y'all know this from the bottom of my heart. Y'all could have really been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to stick this thing out and come kick it with me tonight, man. And I appreciate that. And we ain't gonna do nothing but continue to keep giving y'all the best show, because this is the #1 show on the internet, live streaming from YouTube to Facebook to Twitch and everything on podcast, man. We definitely are trying to become and continue to keep being the #1 show on the internet, man. So at the end of the day, man, share us, like us, go subscribe to our channels on YouTube and on Twitch, and just make sure that y'all are always here at 9 o'clock. No hands down, man. 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, right here on The Featured, man. If you want to be on the show, please hit me up. Email me at thefeatured.cj3@gmail.com, or contact me directly at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Featured with CJ3. I am on every single day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Please go subscribe to our YouTube and our Twitch channel. And also go listen and download on all major outlets. And please donate and support to the cause of what we're doing and what we have going on. We ask this so much right now, and your sweetest name of anything, we just ask that you go and check us out. Cash App, $ Right Touch Sports, PayPal, paypal.me/RightTouchCJ3, or on Anchor at anchor.fm/The Featured with CJ3. This week, man, you do not want to miss this show. This weekend, the next Featured Friday's guest on my show is none other than Greg Ruffin, head coach of the Edward Waters College Fighting Tigers football team. Man, can't wait to get in contact with this brother, man. Talk to this dude. So motivating, so impactful, man. By far one of the best HBCU coaches in the country right now, hands down. Got a hell of a background in coaching. Been definitely facilitating and empowering young men over the course of his life, man, as far as coaching and building up young men to go forth and go do great things, man. So yeah, this is going down right here on The Featured this weekend, man, on Friday the 14th. Friday the 14th, man. It's good. It was 13th one, but we've got Friday the 14th. We're going to make that happen on The Featured. So that's what's going down this Friday. Please tune in, 9 p.m. right here on The Featured. And today's show is brought to you by Commissioner Elaine Bryant, City of Tallahassee Seat 1 candidate. Please Remember, go vote. Go vote on August 18th, Tuesday. And make sure you go vote for Commissioner Elaine Bryant, running for the city of Tallahassee, seat 1 candidate. Man, this is how we get into it today. So, my topic, speaking with everything we got going on, I had an awesome conversation last night too. I had a Feature Friday. For those who didn't check out last night's show, I had a Feature Friday last night on Monday. And I spoke with Commissioner Elaine Bryant. We talked about all kind of stuff, man. So if y'all missed that, please go check out that Feature Friday's conversation from last night and every other Feature Friday conversation I've had with all of my past Feature Fridays guests. And as y'all look forward to me talking to my future Feature Fridays guests, man, please, you don't want to miss that conversation I had last night with Elaine Bryant. Please go check that out with the commissioner. And we spoke a little bit about violence in the city and violence in the community and just violence all around the world. And one of the things that I know for sure, if nothing else, that hasn't happened or anything of that nature, is the act of nonviolence. And the act of nonviolence, that really does come with a heavy price. A lot of people, with everything that's happening right now, we see in the protesting in light of a lot of the things that we are fighting for social injustice and, everything, police brutality, racism, our consistent and constant conversation as African American people. But one of the things that I have witnessed and yet have seen, with everything that has been violent towards us and how everything has definitely been detrimental to our people, and it's definitely made the people who are made to protect and serve us, made them not look good in a lot of lights, regardless of what city, what state, what county you may be residing in. There's a lot of tension right now when it comes to police officers or protectors of the law and its citizens. And one of the things that we are lacking as a community, and I mean this for a black community, is leadership. And we're missing leadership in the confinements of not necessarily looking for our mayors, our governors, our politicians in that regard. Those people have different type of leadership roles, and it all constructs with the laws. But we need people that need to be out here in these streets that are willing to go up to these same people that I just spoke of, your mayors, your governors, and all these political figures, to be able to go up to these folks and talk to them about different type of initiatives and actual actions that need to be taking place in order for us to become a community where violence has ceased and where violence is non-existent. And the only way that I know that we can make these type of things happen, to come together, if we first come up with a concept of how to stop the violence. Okay? Crime is everywhere. Crime is a premeditated thing. And crime sometimes can happen spare the moment at any given moment. You just never know what one's mindset, situation, or problem may be. And in regards to nonviolence actually being something that people restrain from, because they're so quick to have the physical and bodily harm done towards an individual or towards an individual in a circumstance or a situation where their lives are at stake, or their lives may be suffered or are sacrificed, or time may be served where a charge or a conviction or some type of placing one in jail, accusations, either they be falsely or they're real. Those are the repercussions that you face when you act in a violent manner. You can cause one to be dead, and you end up doing time for that for the rest of your life, or you yourself can be dead by trying to intervene or create or cause a crime or cause some type of mischief, and not necessarily be in that type of regard, but yet you can die from your violent acts. But one thing about nonviolence I have come to realize in the process of a lot of things, with nonviolence. We've had great leaders to practice those nonviolence practices and principles, and we'll get into that really, really soon. Speaking of Dr. Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi, one thing about nonviolence is simply this: nonviolence is the personal practice of being harmless to oneself and others under every condition. Now, it comes from the belief that hurting people, animals, in or outside of its environment is unnecessary to achieve an outcome, and it also refers to a general philosophy of abstention from violence. And this may be based on moral, religious, or spiritual practices, and this is something where you kind of get into the conversations of the people that I just mentioned, the great Gandhi and the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Nonviolence has active and activist elements. Okay, and in the believers' general practices, you have to have the knowledge of what is going on, what the situation is, and what it means to achieve political or social change. And I think that's where we are as a people, where we kind of get the misconstrues on certain things. One of the main practices that I can recall, as far as the methods that have been powerful tools for social protesting and revolutionary social and political change, has been to protest in the way that we have been, and as far as to making sure that our voices are heard, but at the same time we want to successfully make sure that as we are protesting and putting our voices out there and everything, we want to make sure that we are being heard. We're mentioning the things that we are desiring, as far as to make sure that we are getting what we need to put this all together so that we can create peace. Because non-violence is a powerful and just weapon, and that comes from the words of the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Indeed, it is a weapon, unique in history, which cuts without wounding and ennobles the man who wields it. And this is a quote out of Martin Luther King Jr.'s The Quest for Peace and Justice, which is a book he wrote in 1964. And it's amazing how those same principles and practices that Dr. Martin Luther King put in that book, it's amazing how those same conversations that he had back in those times, we're still having those same conversations in these times. And the more that we try to continue to keep progressing forward and pushing forward to make things better for ourselves, we have to learn our principles of what nonviolence is. We have to learn the successful route of nonviolence. Now, a lot of people who know Martin Luther King and the nonviolent route that he took, and how he, a lot of people went against him because they was like, "Martin, you always turning the other cheek." Just slap a bitch, kill a cracker. He never took it to those extremes. Okay, he never did. He spoke, he walked, he marched, he protested, he met with leaders of cities, of states, of a country. He met with presidents to try to get social justice, social change, to politically get people in the mindset of understanding that we are people just like you. We have values and we abide by these laws that are out there for everyone just like you. I look just like you. I'm black, you're white, but yet we still have the same bodily organs and same bodily functions as each other. And I think that's what our real argument is, that we all want to be treated fairly and just, and in order for us to get that, we have to build up some type of momentum of movement in order for us to get our point across. And I think as a race, we shouldn't have to continue to try to validate who we are. If you can't understand that we belong here, we gonna be here, we gonna live here, we gonna die here because we the ones that created and made this country, then y'all got a long thing coming. Y'all got one thing coming to you. One thing Martin Luther King did, he left off these 6 principles. He talked about these 6 principles of how one is to deal with nonviolence. The principles that Martin Luther King laid down are very straight and to the point. But the research that he put behind in finding about nonviolence as a theologian, which is what Martin Luther King was. He was a theologist. He was somebody who was a thinker. He thought way beyond his time and saw things, before we could even, get a grasp on them, for our own selves. But one of the main things that he says is the 6 principles to nonviolence, as far as to deal with them, overcome them, and fluently go through them. So these notions of nonviolence that King pretty much put into his own understanding once he did the research came to simply this. 1, he said, resist evil. Resisting evil without resorting to violence. That's principle number 1. I'm leaving y'all with these 6 principles, and I hope y'all will really take heed to them. Number 1, resist evil without resorting to violence. 2nd, seek to win friendship and understanding. Number 3, evil itself should be oppressed. Okay? It should be opposed to anything. Evil itself should be opposed. Number 4, be willing to suffer without retaliation. You have to really be willing to suffer without any retaliation. And I'm talking about they can throw sticks, stones, spit on you, slap you, punch you, kick you till you bleed. But to make sure that justice is served and to get your point across, no retaliation. You have to be willing to suffer. Number 5 is resistance avoids physical violence. You resist, you can avoid the physicality of the violent part. But you have to be willing to resist the violence. You have to be willing to resist. And number 6, a deep faith in the future, stemming with conviction that the universe is on the side of justice. These 6 principles laid out to y'all by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. are the same 6 principles that we should be following and abiding, and at the same time applying to our everyday life. If you want to be on the feature, man, please hit me up. Email me at thefeaturewithcj3. Email me thefeature.cj3@gmail.com, or contact me directly on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Feature with CJ3. I am on every single day, Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Please go and subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch accounts. Also, listen and download all the shows on all major outlets and podcasts. And donate and support, man. Send your donations. Cash App, $ Right Touch Sports, PayPal, paypal.me/Right Touch CJ3, or on Anchor at anchor.fm, The Featured with CJ3. The show is brought to you tonight by Commissioner Elaine Bryant. Please go vote Tuesday, August 18th for your commissioner, Elaine Bryant, running for seat 1 for Tallahassee City Commissioner. My next guest, Feature Friday guest, man, on the show, on the feature, Greg Ruffin, Edward Waters College head man in charge for the football program, one of the HBCU's best coaches in the country today, and by far one of the best motivators moving in HBCUs across the country. Greg Ruffin, Edward Waters College football coach, right here at 9 p.m. this Friday, August 14th, on the feature. Man, we moving, we rolling, we getting this thing popping. You already know. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far, especially our conversation about nonviolence, learning a little bit, man. Y'all, all the little nuggets that we dropping on this show, man. Y'all just show us some little love, man. Throw a nugget back. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, but we keep it moving. This is because we do this for you. We're doing this for you. Oh, I ain't mean to show that yet, but that's my song of the night. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it right there, because that's my boy straight from Chi-Town holding it down. The song tonight, because it's definitely my time for my song of the night. My boy, Chance the Rapper, man. We finna get into it. Singing my song tonight, Blessings, because when the blessings go up, the praises go down, man. When the praises go up, blessings come down. So that's how we gonna do this thing tonight. My boy Chance the Rapper on Blessings. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings, man. So yeah, we finna get into this one right now with my man Chance the Rapper.
I speak of promised land, soil as soft as mama's hands, running water, standing still, endless fields of daffodils and chamomile, rice under black beans, walked in the apple with cracked screens and told prophetic stories of freedom, found warmth in a black queen for when I get cold like Nat King, I'm doing the dad thing. I speak of wondrous, unfamiliar lessons from childhood, make you remember how to smile good. I'm pre-currency, post-language, anti-label, pro-famous, I'm Broadway Joe Namath. Kanye's best prodigy. He ain't signed me, but he proud of me. I got some ideas that you gotta see. Make a vid with Shorty and they ship it like the Odyssey. They never seen a rapper practice modesty. I never practice, I only perform. I don't even warn, I don't eat it warm. I won't be reborn. I speak to God in public, I speak to God in public. He keep my rhymes in couplets. He think the new shit jam. I think we mutual fans. I used to dance to Michael. I used to dance in high school. I used to pass out music. I still pass out music. The people's chant must be everything the people can't be. I'm getting artsy-fartsy, house full of some Hebrew Brantleys. You must have missed the come up. I must be all I can be. Call me Mr. Mufasa. I had to master stampedes. I made it through, made it through, made it through. And everything I gave to you, I gave to you, I gave to you. You got it, you got it, you got it. It's coming, 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 coming. So are you ready? Are you ready for your blessing? Are you ready for your miracle? Are you ready for your blessing? Are you ready for your miracle?
Man, tune in to this week coming up. This weekend, August 14th. My man, Greg Ruffin, Edward Waters College head man in charge for the football program, coming to you live right here, 9 p.m. on The Featured this weekend, August 14th, this Friday. Do not miss this, man. I promise you. You're going to be mad as hell at yourself. Be here. Ah, man, we're keeping this thing moving, keeping this thing rocking, man. It's about that time, y'all, for CJ3's True Stories. And this comes from a place, this is normally where I tie in a true story with the topic or my guest of the night. And this comes from a real true place. As far as the topic tonight being that we're talking about non-violence. I've had plenty of situations occur in my life where I could have been very violent. I could have been in jail. I could have ended some lives. I could have done all kind of crazy stuff. But one particular incident that I can recall where I had to really show an act of non-violence was very, very dear friend of mine. Not gonna say any names. Betrayed me. Did some things, said some things, made some decisions on some things that just, didn't sit well with Cliff, And I'm talking about situations where, it's, a lot of stuff involved, especially when it's monetary. And those type of situations you never really want to put yourself in when it comes to money. But, just certain situations that kind of took place and some words were exchanged and some things kind of, in a sense, could have gotten physical. But once I was told that a certain amount of money was not going to be returned to me, my mindset instantly, especially when it's monetary, it instantly turned violent. It did. I'm not going to stood up in the night. It did. But I thought about the reality. I thought about my reasons of even thinking that way. And then I thought about their situation as to why the decision that they made was made. So I pretty much gave them an open ultimatum and said, if we don't pay this, then we're going to do this. And that's as non-violent as I can come. You know what I'm saying? Especially with, it not necessarily taking place. Now, things didn't happen, is what you may think. And I walked away from the situation like it could have really got ugly. But I walked away from it. I walked away confidently knowing that at the end of the day, okay, it's cool. We got this little mix up right now, but at the end of the day, I need that money about you. So, that whole situation, you just had to learn to turn the other cheek on some things. I could have been petty. I could have went back and forth and said certain things, but I didn't. I kept my mouth closed, said what I needed to say as far as what was necessary, but at the end of the day, I didn't turn violent. So there you have it. That's my story. Sticking with it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you want to be on the featured, man, please hit me up. Email me, thefeatured.cj3@gmail.com, or on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Featured with CJ3. I'm on every single day, Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Please go subscribe to those YouTube and Twitch channels. And I'm also on Facebook, so check me out there too. And also, listen and download us on all major outlets and podcasts, or wherever you go enjoy your podcast. And donate and support. Donate and support to the cause, man. Please. Send your contributions and your donations to our Cash App at $, Right Touch Sports, PayPal at paypal.me/Right Touch CJ3. Also, on Anchor. You can contact us on Anchor at anchor.fm, the feature, /the featured, with CJ3. Tonight's show is brought to you tonight by Commissioner Elaine Bryant. Please, on August 18th, which is this Tuesday coming up, go and vote. Go and vote. Go and vote. Go and vote at your nearest precinct. Commissioner Elaine Bryant, voting for her would be a great thing. She's running for seat 1 candidate for the city commissioner. She already sits in that seat. So let's go ahead and just put her and keep it right back in it, all right? So this is what we're doing. This show being brought to you tonight by the commissioner, Miss Elaine Bryant. All right, man. Well, you already know what time it is. It's at that brink of the part of the show where we, get close to the end and we about to say goodnight and goodbye to everybody. Man, if for those who are out there making this thing happen, you know what? Before I go, I haven't even given y'all one on this. I'm going to give y'all one tonight. Would you rather? I'm going to give y'all a would you rather tonight. I'm going to give y'all a would you rather tonight. Now, this part of the show, for those who don't know, is the part of the show where I ask a series of questions or a question to the audience or my guest and ask them, would you rather this or would you rather that? And they elaborate on it, give me their answers, and we go from there. And this is mine for y'all. Would you rather act in nonviolence and not retaliate if somebody did you wrong or wronged you? Or would you act violently and show your ass and tear things up and let folks know, hey, I'm up in this thing, I'm up in this piece. Ain't nobody for the, get nothing over on me. Like, what is your deal? So would you rather, that's your would you rather question tonight. Would you rather be nonviolent towards someone who may have wronged you? Or get straight buck wild and cuckoo stone crazy on somebody who has wronged you? And get straight violent. And, some things may take place. Lies may be. You never know. You never know how that may turn out, So, at the end of the day, we hoping for a real smart answer and decision to be made in that regard. But you just never know. Never know. So, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. So that's your would you rather though. Would you, act non-violently or would you act violently? So that's where we at with that one, man. So y'all pretty much can figure that one out for yourselves and go from there. Man, there's so much going on out here in this world. I ask that if nothing else, please remember to always stay safe. Stay safe out there because, you got to wash your hands. COVID's out there, man. And at the same time, we got to stay safe with a lot of the craziness that's taking place out there. As far as with people that's around and doing crazy things and saying crazy things and making crazy things happen around us. So that's the safety part. Be smart. Please be smart. Like, y'all gotta learn to be smart out there in this world. Like, it's so much happening right now where, lives are being taken, mindsets are being changed, and a lot of people not necessarily focus on what's right and what's wrong anymore. So you got to be smart out there. One thing I also ask for you to do is be clean. Stay clean. Stay clean, everybody. Like, you got to stay clean, man. Like, stay clean as possible. I mentioned it earlier, washing your hands, staying safe, staying safe away from everything that's just not right, that's not healthy, that's not for you. You want to make sure that you guys are definitely staying safe out there, and that's just bottom rule. And last but not least, man, y'all know how I feel about it. Please stay y'all asses home. I love you. Ain't much I can do about it, but we here. Know what I'm talking about? Peace.
The journey I took, y'all couldn't walk in my shoes, a young buck. blessing. Straight from South City in my pursuit to be happy. Came up out the hood with my hair on, nappy, cut it all off. No some name nothing, my pappy, the streets tried to trap me. But I had to escape for my destiny to wait for me to be great. And I knew it, so before it happened, so